So you said in your speech that neither Bitcoin nor Ether would be considered securities and thus not under the purview of the SEC. Can you very briefly explain what your reasoning is?
Sure, Bob. These are complex facts and circumstances tests, but when we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot of sense. So we're comfortable in some sort of viewing these as items that don't have to be regulated as securities.
Hey guys, Wade here. So last week we reported on how the SEC filed a motion to get some information redacted from a few documents that the judge was looking to have them present. Well, that motion has been denied. And of course, this is very, very massive for us XRP holders. But what's even bigger than that, guys, it's even bigger than that, is that some details have been released courtesy of Empower Oversight. They're calling them a whistleblower group. But this information essentially reveals William Hinman's relationship with Ethereum prior to this speech and while he was serving as SEC's director. With this coming out, guys, I really think that now is the time to press that XRP button. It is the time to press that XRP button. And it is also time to press that like button, guys, because we are about to get right into this. This is courtesy of Crypto Slate, former SEC director accused of corruption. How might this affect the Ripple case? Well, it's going to help us win. It's going to help us win. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty. So, whistleblower group Empower Oversight has released details of emails received in a Freedom of Information request related to the ongoing SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Amongst the 200 pages or so, they say that there is evidence that former SEC director William Hinman had a conflict of interest while initiating legal proceedings against Ripple. Yeah, he was in Ethereum's pocket. The point of contention centers around Hinman's involvement with the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance via New York-based legal firm Simpson Thacker. This was originally reported by Crypto Slate in April of last year. However, things take a more ominous spin this time as the emails reveal damning information not known last year. Now, of course, as we know, the SEC started this whole thing off December of 2020. I was there. We had already had a crazy crash, and then you go and hit my second largest bag with a freaking SEC case. But nevertheless, a key defense point lies in XRP's equivalent to Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is the whole crux of this situation, guys, is the fact that this man serving as director expressed his personal feelings as to what he thought a security was. Bitcoin and Ethereum, he stated, were securities, but he did not mention XRP. Now, again, if you watch the Crypto Untold series, you'll know where I stand on this situation. Of course, he didn't mention XRP because the United States the United States missed the buck on XRP. That's why they all flooded to Ethereum. But of course, they found out that Ethereum was not nearly as efficient as XRP, and it was too late to do anything about it. The XRP, Ripple, were already working with companies and banks from around the world by the time that the United States turned around and looked in their own backyard to find this innovation. Okay, but continuing, Ripple's legal team wishes to know on what basis XRP was singled out as not an equivalent. Tied with this is the no notice defense, which argues that Ripple had received no notice that XRP was not the equivalent. The firm therefore assumed that they were conducting business within the remit of applicable securities laws. Now, last year, it was revealed that Hinman receives $1.6 million per year in pension from Simpson Thacker. This money was paid to him while he was serving as the SEC director and at the same time of that 2018 speech. Now, Simpson Thacker are members of the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. This is what's casting so much doubt on Ethereum's not a security status. Now, again, guys, it's really evident. The information that I had got so excited about a month or so ago, right? That kind of led us to the crypto untold story. See, originally that was supposed to be about just XRP, guys. But once I got to doing more study and more research, it that this case is merely just the tip of the iceberg. It really is just the tip of the iceberg, guys, because it was it served as a catalyst. This case is serving as a catalyst, just much like Bitcoin served as a catalyst to even bring this whole thing into existence. XRP is serving as a catalyst. And I remember hearing last year, I remember hearing this for the very first time. Someone said that the outcome of this case is going to forever change securities laws. That way in the future, we no longer have this problem. And it's also going to allow for the United States to compete even faster. All right. Because again, this is one thing holding us up here in the United States is this case. Right. So now last year, we're picking up where we left off. Empower Oversight reveals that Shira Minton of the Ethics Council at the SEC had warned Hinman about his relationship with Simpson Thacker. In April of 2017, Minton advised Hinman to exclude himself from matters relating to his former employer. Empower Oversight alleges that Hinman ignored Minton to meet a partner at Simpson Thacker on at least 3 different occasions after the email was sent. It's also claimed that Hinman had met with Ethereum co-founders and investors before his now infamous 2018 speech, in which he said Ethereum was not a security. Now, all of these things, guys, with the addition of the recent motion just being denied and this information coming out, it's just starting to set up the final leg of the race, in my opinion. We could be entering turn 3. We really could be entering turn 3, and we are on checker flag racing, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last lap, right? We already know that this kind of has to be wrapped up before November, right? That's the goal. That's the target. And then, of course, last month, we kind of got a timeline that stated that this could come as soon as September, the conclusion of this case, but a ruling could happen at any time. Now, stepping outside of crypto for a second, just knowing how court cases tend to lean depending on what the sentiment is. Let's just say the judge gets wind of this information coming out, and that just motivates her from a personal perspective. All right, because even though she is the judge for one of the biggest cases of all time, she's still a person. All right, she's still a person. And then she used to work for the SEC, if I'm not mistaken. So there's another thing here. Pretty much, guys, I put all of this information, reported these stories just to let you know that I think we have been given the signal. We have been given the signal to go. Now, at the end of this video, guys, I'm going to attach a couple clips because it's going to help you guys kind of it's going to help reinforce the story that we just covered about him. And then you too will be convinced that, yeah, the levee is about to break on this. Okay. They never really had anything to stand on in the beginning, and now people are starting to see it. So with all that being said, guys, of course, if you found value in this, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, because if I get word that this thing is over in the middle of the night, I'll make a video in the middle of the night. So you got to have your notification bell rung so you don't miss it. You know what I want you to do. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. Most importantly, if that money is digital, so is the hustle. I'll see y'all in the next one.
There are many other cryptocurrencies. We never positioned Ether as a cryptocurrency. We called it a crypto fuel. one of the first crypto commodities. And we need financial mechanisms to make this all work. We need mechanisms to enable people providing their resources to hedge. We need mechanisms to enable tokenization of securities, utility tokens that wouldn't be considered securities. And despite the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that you've heard over these many months, we're making great strides in helping the people that make those decisions understand that there is great value in utility or consumer tokens. Despite the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that you've heard over these many months, we're making great strides in helping the people that make those decisions understand that there. We're making great strides in helping the people that make those decisions understand that there is great value in utility or consumer tokens.
And I learned if you're a rich guy, you don't break the rules, right? So I was like, but I could buy OTC. And so I end up calling Vitalik, who I'd met once, didn't really know him. Hey, and I bought Ethereum from Vitalik.
You OTC'd ETH from Vitalik?
At 96 cents. I'm not going to tell you how much, but it's not an insignificant amount.
What's interesting is I don't think Ether is decentralized. I think it's fully functional, but I don't think it's decentralized. But the chairman, the division director said it's decentralized. So, hey, look at the metrics for Ether. And hey, you do a little better than that, hey.
Then why isn't Ripple?
Yeah, and I wonder if they would have said that 3 years back. I mean, now they came back and said Ether is not, it's not a security, but it's now. How about 3 years back? Would they have the same answer?
There's no question. Ethereum violated the law in the SEC's view when it issued its tokens. He said that in the speech, even though consensus says, oh, no, that's not what he said. That's what he said. He said, but then he said, look, the securities laws really doesn't add anything now because Ether is decentralized. Again, not. Yeah, exactly. So it's a long process.